Hi everyone, how's it going? My name's Xavier. I'm the developer of Bundle Notes, and I wanted to make a video showcasing why I made the app, a few really simple ways to use it, and then a few more exciting ways you can use it. So as you can see here, I've been using the app for quite some time. I've got bundles for almost everything that I do. So I've got bundles for writing articles, bundles for keeping track of which Blu-rays I have, bundles for keeping track of the books I want to read. I have a bundle here for keeping track of all the features I'm working on in the app. I have a bundle for recipes, vocab, movies, and a few other things. So I'll go into my Blu-rays one. This is a more complex bundle. I've set up Kanban boards. So these are two tags, want and have, and it divides my Blu-rays into either Blu-rays I have here or Blu-rays I want. I can rate them based on a number system that I've got up here, and I can tag them with 4K, and I can filter down and just see the 4K ones. So this is one bundle setup I have. Another one here is my movies watch list. So this is just a long list of movies that I need to get around to eventually. I've got 71 movies I need to see, which is probably too many. I've got them sorted by genre, and I can quickly filter through and just see the ones from a certain genre to see if I'm in the mood for one. There are two types of tag filtering, but I'll get to that later. So there you go. I'll go back. So for now, I'm going to show you a really quick bundle replacing Google Keep. So this is if you want to use the app just for super basic note taking. So I'm going to go down here, I'm going to click the plus button, and I'm going to create a new bundle, and I'm going to call it Google Keep, just for the sake of showing that I'm replacing Google Keep. There are templates down here that I've pre-built. So this template here, the notes one that's pre-selected, this behaves a lot like Google Keep. So I'm going to click create. And there you go, a new bundle has been made right there called Google Keep. I click into it. The first thing you're going to see is this configure bundle menu. So there's a button that opens this, and it gives you a few options. You can change how notes look, you can change how notes are sorted, you can change how tags behave, and you can configure Kanban boards. There's also an option down here to add this to your home screen if you want really super easy access to jump right into this space. So for now, this one's already pre-configured, so I'm not going to change any settings. This is just a grid bundle sorted by newest first with one tag. I can add more by clicking the tag button there, and I've got all my notes. I can click in here, I can use the formatting bar to change headers, to write bold, italic text, or even to combine italics, strike through, and all the other formatting options. So this is just a really super simple way to take notes. I can create a new note here and go example. Done. So this is basically Google Keep for you. If you add this to your home screen now, which there's an option in the main menu for, or when you click, when you click configure bundle, there's an option for that. As you can tell, I've kind of spent a long time working on all the little animations and gestures as you go around. There's also swiping on the notes. You can pin and archive there, and I'll archive a few notes here now. And then when I open the archive button, you can see I can delete, or I can put them back into the space. And there they are. I can also search, so if I type in example, it'll show me the ones, they all have example in them. Maybe I'll type header, there you go, it'll only show me the one with header. And so that's a really basic example of what you can do for Google Keep. I'm going to go back now, and I'm going to show you a more interesting demo with a few more features. I'm going to rebuild this books bundle from scratch. So I'm going to click the plus button, I'm going to choose default list, I'm going to call this reading list, and I'll call it books. There you go. Create. So there you go, I've got this new bundle here created called reading list. Now I'm going to go in, and there's going to be a few options here. So I am going to engage with these options now. So I want this to be ranked because I want there to be a priority of books I want to read. I'm going to leave it as colorful notes and tinted because I do like the way that looks. And I'm going to turn off edited time, and I'm not going to show the created time on each note, because for a reading list, I don't really need to know when I edited one of the entries. I just want to know what priority it is. So I'm going to go back. I'm going to change how notes are sorted. So for my reading list, I really want to manually order things. So I'm going to choose manually ordered, and that's that. I'm not going to change how tags behave yet, and I'm going to come and configure boards later. So the first thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to change these. I'm going to make 3 tags. The first tag I'm going to make is want to read. I'm going to click save. Then I'm going to make a new tag called reading. Save. And then I'm going to make another tag called finished. There's going to be a better color picker added to the app soon, but for now there's only a fixed number, I think 30 different colors. And I'm going to click save. So there you go, we have 3 different tags. I'm going to click the plus button and add a few examples. So let's say I want to read 1984. I want to read Dune, and I want to read, say, Catch 22. So these are all just some really quick classics. Oops, I didn't select want to read. Okay, cool. So I can drag and drop these and reorder them. And the next thing I want to do is create a sort of system for moving my books from wanting to read them to reading to finished. And so this is where the Kanban boards come in. And it's really, really, really simple. I click the Configure Bundles button, I click Configure Boards, and then I'm going to turn it on. I'm going to turn boards on. And there are a few options here. All you really have to know is that you get to configure which tags become columns in your Kanban board. So the columns that I want here are want to read, reading, and finished in that order. And I'm going to hide the backlog column. And the backlog column is when there are notes that don't match any of these 3 column tags. And I'm going to hide the all column because I don't really want to see that. So anyway, I'm going to go back here and you'll see that there are now 3 columns. The tags have disappeared from the top filter and they've been turned into columns. So you can go here and you can see that there are 3 different columns of different notes. So, and one way you can move them between each state is I can swipe them and that moves them across. If I swipe Dune over to finished, it's finished. You can set up the swiping action, for example, to move it either backwards, but also one way that I like to do things is I like to set up the swipe so that it archives after this is done. But for now, this is a really good way that you can just keep it as want to read, reading, and finished, and you can add this. You can make this have 100 items, and then you can swipe them across as soon as you've started reading them. And there you go. When you finish reading them, you swipe them across to finished. And so even though this is in the same app as the Google Keep bundle, you can see that there are different ways you can set up completely different bundles for different things. So these are just 2 simple bundles. Another bundle you could do is a project bundle. So I'm going to go here and go project. And this is much more like, this is actually quite similar to the reading list bundle, but I'll make it a little unique. So I'm going to click create, and there you go. This has created this little project one here. Again, it's going to prompt me to configure it, but I won't for now. You can see there are 3 automatically created tags here, and it's already set up the Kanban board. That's the beauty of templates. You can some of the templates already have all this set up. So I'm going to click planning. So yeah, there's planning, doing, and done. And I can add tasks to that. The good thing about Kanban boards is that when you're in one of the columns, the plus button automatically assumes you want to add one to that column in particular, so the tag will be remembered when you create a new note. You can also see everything if you have the hide all column unticked. That leaves you an all column that shows you every single one of your notes. Now I'm going to change this to created oldest, and what that's going to do is make sure that the ones that are created oldest are at the top. So I'm going to change the sort order now. So I'm going to change the visual options and the how it looks to show me the created date. That way I can see clearly here which ones are older and newer. And I can prioritize ones that have been in the queue for longer. There are a few other things you can set up. So I'm going to press some of these tags and show you what you can do. So if I hold down this, it's the same as holding down a tag up there. And I can edit this tag again. I can make it a default tag, but then there are also these things here called note features or note actions. And what that does is it allows you to add buttons to the notes that have those tags. So essentially, this is a planning tag, right? There are 3 actions I can add to the planning tag, and that means any one of these actions will appear on notes with this tag. So I'm going to add a tag for adding an archive button to notes with this tag. So I'm adding an archive button. When I click save, you'll see immediately that an archive button is added to all of the notes with that tag. When I click that, it immediately just archives it, and there it is. I can add it back, and I'll archive it again. So that's one of the features you can do with to-do tags. I'm going to turn that off for now. There's also another one, which is adding a to-do checkbox to notes. And if we go through here, you can see in the all thing, so you can see there is a tick box now on the planning tags. And if I click that, it marks it as done and fades it out a bit. So you can, using all of these features, and there's also one other one I want to show you, by changing the tag priority, you can use all of these features to set up really unique bundles for different solutions and different problems. You can make shopping lists, you could make recipe books, and depending on how you want things to look, you can have completely different behaviors in different bundles. And the idea is each bundle replaces one app. I've got one bundle for managing recipes, which would replace a recipe app. I've got a bundle for replacing Google Keep, which replaces Google Keep. I've got a bundle for managing projects and my tasks to work on with Bundled, and that replaces Trello. So there are all these different things you can do with Bundled, and when you get Pro, the beauty is you can access all of this on the web app, and Kanban boards look even better on the web app because it's an expansive view where you can see every single one of your tags and columns. Anyway, that's just a quick demo for now. I've done this in one take, so fingers crossed it turns out okay. And let me know what you thought of the app, what you thought of the video, and I'll keep making more if you make requests. So thanks for listening, and I'll see you all around soon.